Hey there guys, what's going on? It's finestfella here. Welcome to my stream today guys, and thank you for stopping by. What we're going to be doing today guys is something a little bit new. We're going to be playing Star Trek Online. Now, this game is a little bit dated, so you're going to have to forgive its graphics, you know. It is definitely one of those games that is for the Star Trek nerds, 100%. You know, a lot of what I'm going to be saying, a lot of what's going to be going on, you may not understand unless you've seen some Star Trek, okay? Now, like I said, it is a bit dated of a game. It is at least 10 years old. No, hang on. It was released 2010, so 8 years old. It's an 8-year-old game, and this is a game, actually, that I've put maybe about 400 hours onto my PC, and maybe somewhere around the 200 to 300 pound mark over the 400 hours, you know? So, it is definitely a game close to my heart for sure. Now, what I'll be doing, guys, I'll be running through a new character. As you can see, I have Lieutenant Cisco with the USS Portland as my primary account on PS4. That's what we're playing on right now, because PS4. It's a free-to-play online MMORPG, obviously with the Star Trek skin. So without further ado, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and create our new character. Now, I'm just going to pop out the chat real quick so I can see what's going on and say hi to everyone. Now, this stream is actually rather dedicated to one of my viewers, Nick Danger, as you guys know him. He's having a bit of trouble with the game. He and I are both really big Star Trek nerds, so this is more to help him out. Okay, we got Mr. Law and Maya in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Law? So what I'm going to be doing, guys, creating my character. Okay, so you have a choice. You can do the original series of Starfleet. And obviously, if you guys have ever seen the original series of Star Trek, you know, you've got Captain Kirk kind of timeline. Okay, that's what we would call it, the Captain Kirk. And you can read that a little bit in the description there. But essentially what this is the Captain Kirk era. And that's where you can start when you're playing as the Federation, or Starfleet, as they say there. Or you can just play as Starfleet, which is the next generation, like Captain Picard kind of timeline. Okay? So that's probably the one I'll be doing. Because I've done the original series Starfleet so many times. It's painful. Like, I think I played the original series of Starfleet maybe 3 or 4 times on my PC, and as you can see, my other account is an original series account as well, mainly because you get to fly around in the really old starships. It's a lot of fun. But I'm not going to be doing that today. I'll be playing as Starfleet and starting off with the Miranda-class starship you can see in the background there. You can also play as the Romulan Star Empire, and as you can see, you got a Romulan there. You can customize the face, you can do all that kind of stuff, and you can obviously read that a little bit on the side. And then you have the Klingon Empire, the Klingon Defense Force. Now, the Klingons are really, really cool in Star Trek, mainly because of 3 things. Thing number 1 is their ships are purely designed for combat, okay? They have forward disruptor cannons, really strong torpedoes, and they will just absolutely annihilate anything in their way. Thing number 2, they have cloaking devices. Their ships can actually go invisible in the middle of combat. So say you're flying around, alright? You're taking on some Starfleet scum. You're blowing up their flagship. But then another ship comes in and starts pounding the crap out of you. You can cloak yourself with the cloaking device. Make yourself entirely invisible. Come around the enemy and then shoot him in the ass. That is a really cool thing about the Klingons. And thing number 3 is they're a warrior race. They want to die in combat, so they have some really cool one-liners. But we're going to be playing as Starfleet, ladies and gentlemen, the heroes of the franchise. Obviously, I can be any one of the races in Starfleet. I can be human, I can be Andorian, I can be Bajoran, Benzite, Betazoid, Bolian, Ferengi, Pakled, Rigelian, Saurian, Tellarite, I could be Trill, or I could just be an alien. You know, the aliens look kind of cool. They kind of look like vampires. But we're going to just play as human. You know, a human Starfleet officer. Oh yeah, buddy. I usually play as Andorian. On my PC, I have an Andorian flagship called the Kumari. And obviously I play as an Andorian officer. It's really funny. But we're going to be playing as human today, guys. A human male. You can change the gender. You can be female or male. But now we're going to play as a male. We're not going to be one of those creepy nerds that plays as a female in all his games. Sebo! What's going on, man? Alright, so yeah, here we go. Human. So you can also choose your specialty. Now, obviously with MMOs, it'll be your class. You know, in classes like, say... Oh, I'm trying to think of one now. World of Warcraft, you know, the biggest MMO in the world. You've got things like the Paladin, or the Shaman, or the Wizard, or the Healer, or whatever, okay? The Starfleet Engineer is the healer of this MMO. He can have personal shields. He can lay down turrets. This is on ground combat, you know. He can revive teammates from a distance, and he's got some really cool gadgets he can work with. In space combat, he can keep your ship alive almost indefinitely if you have the right kit, okay? So he's the healer of this MMO. And then you have the Science Officer. You know, the Science Officer is the support character. You know, this is the one that will give you passive abilities in both space and ground combat. And then you have the Tactical Officer. Now, this is the guy who shoots firsts and asks questions never. He is the tank of the Federation. He can take a lot of damage and deal a lot of damage at the same time. Now, I have always been a Tactical Officer when playing Starfleet or playing the Star Trek Online. I refuse to play anything other than a Tactical Officer, because your ships get some of the best offensive upgrades in the game if you're a Tactical Officer. You know, you can get a torpedo launcher that will launch instead of 1, not 2, but 4 torpedoes in a salvo. And yeah, that's just something I want in my ship. So here we go. We're going to select the Tactical Officer. Savo doing the pouring, he's like, oh! So we have some presets here. If you guys have ever seen things like the Next Generation, you know, you can go and be like a Geordie LaForge or something like that with the visor. That actually looks pretty cool. But no, we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my own head. Let me see. Yeah, I like that one. Coloring. Eye color, we want blue eyes. Hair color, we want to be a blondie. Oh, that was... No, is that it? There you go, that's perfect. Body, stance stern, swagger, thoughtful, twitchy, relaxed. He's like, oh yeah. Gruff, creature. The creature stance is really cool, actually. Brawler, or standard. We'll go Brawler. We're the Tactical Officer. We can deal with whatever they throw at us. We're going to be as tall as we possibly can. And then as far as uniform is concerned, you can choose from a number of different uniforms. Okay, so that's obviously the standard Starfleet. And then you've got these other ones here. That is a nice outfit. Isn't that Omega Squadron that gets that outfit? Wolverine! What's going on, Wolverine? Thank you for joining me, buddy. We could go Sector 7. Let's do Sector 7. Let's choose that uniform. Alright, there we go. Enter a captain's name. Let me see. I've already got a Captain Cisco, so let's go Captain Archer. Formal name is optional. Nah. The ship name, let's see what it gives us. The Dacia, the Oslo, the Canada, the Comorin, the Canadian, the Amur. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Manila. Pfft, no. The Ruhr, Montenegro, the Cotton. Imagine that! It's like, I am Captain Archer of the USS Cotton. I would just shoot you for having that starship name. USS Salvador. That sounds pretty cool. Cheshire, Aquitaine, Havana, Bernard, McIntyre, Leo, Dorchester, Portland, the USS Portland. That sounded pretty good, actually. Tell you what, let's call our ship, because it actually doesn't let you call your ship the Enterprise, or any of the major names from the TV series. It's a legal wording. So let's call our ship the USS... Dread. USS Dread. Engage! Hey, Spartan, what's gonna be on, man? 72 minutes for Star Trek to be downloaded. Damn! This is gonna take a while, dude. but you are more than welcome to join the 5th Legion fleet as soon as you get this downloaded. Cutscene.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. Live long. And 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant. I promised to save the Romulan homeworld. I failed. The planets Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Countless billions were killed. My home, my friends, my life, all are memories. Time does not stop for one man, and neither does history. The chaos in Romulan space gave the Klingon Empire an opportunity to expand its territory. Today, Jimpak, the Chancellor of the High Council, traded diplomacy for the tip of a blade. Only in battle, Jimpak says, is a Klingon truly Klingon. The Federation did its utmost to preserve its alliance with the Klingons, but war was inevitable. The Romulans want revenge for their lost world. The Dominion is rebuilding its forces. Now the Borg have reappeared, and the Alpha Quadrant balances on the edge of ruin.
Resistance is futile. Warning, ship is under attack.
The fate of the galaxy rests in your hands.
Keep firing!
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize it was lagging so bad. My CPU is running at 100%. Give me a second, guys. Let me try and change something real quick.
Today is graduation day, and you
I genuinely think my CPU is done for, guys, because it's at 100% and it's staying there.
by cadets like yourself.
Fuck's sake.
This tutorial will introduce you to the basic controls of Star Trek Online, including movement, combat,
Has it been lagging the entire
and
time?
interacting with characters and objects.
Well, ever since I started. How long has it been lagging for? The whole cutscene. See, the CPU is now staying at 90. That's not good enough. The PC will restart itself if it keeps staying there. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't understand it. I didn't realize it was lagging. This is Savo. Harder to know when it's lagging. I understand, dude. If you give me a second, guys, give me 2 seconds and try and work something out. And now it's just spiked right back up to 100 for no reason. OBS is having a problem with. It's not stabilizing. Shut it in. No. I could shut down Fuzzbot and the Streamlabs, but that's about it. But then people won't gain their points or anything. I'll shut down Streamlabs. It just keeps spiking up to 100. It's OBS. Alright, give me a second, guys.